Hello, my name's Lance. Thanks for watching today. Today we're going to do a super easy, super fast, simple landscape painting for you. And hope you enjoy it. And it turns out good at the end of this. And let's get started. Okay, we're going to get started today. I went through here and I've put a medium on here. It's a white medium and it's very thin, but it's wet and stuff. It helps you with your paint on the palette or on the canvas so paint slides and moves around really good for you. Here's my palette. Got all kinds of colors. I'm going to go through them, but we're going to start out, we're going to take a little blue, and we're going to start in the sky. We'll do a blue sky today. Maybe put a little crimson in it to warm it up. Pull that out and just kind of get that in there. Looks like I already got some crimson in there. That's okay. And start up in the corners and just come in, and we're going to start like so. Just kind of come in here and start out, go back and forth. You don't have to get it everywhere. You just kind of going to go back and forth and bring it down until you figure out where your horizon is. That looks kind of good, actually. I didn't want to have the crimson up there, but when I was mixing it, I got the brush in it. So, oh well. You can bring it down, let it get lighter. Kind of looks good up there though. Maybe we'll add a little bit of, I'm just making this up as I go. And I'm just showing you how simple it can be. You just got to, we're going to throw a little, this is an ultramarine blue. We'll throw it right in here. See how that looks. Mix it up a little bit. And the top is phthalo blue I used. And you can come in here and you can mix that up there. Phthalo blue is a good color. Doesn't matter what color you use. You can use whatever you want, actually. Okay, get a little more blue. If you darken these corners, it helps, it'll give you a little more, kind of makes it look better. Kind of, because the farther away you are, it'll be darker. And as you get towards or as you get closer to the middle of the painting here, you want it to get lighter as you get more towards the horizon. That's what I'm trying to say. Going through here. Okay, and then it's down here, we can come this way with it. If we want some water in here, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. And we'll just pull in from the outside. You can put some water in or just go all the way across really light. So, that kind of get a little more there. And you can add a little bit of, you can get a little bit of some green in there too. And water's green. We don't want green in our sky, so I'm not going to use any, today we're going to steer clear of the yellow in the sky, because you want to have a separator. Otherwise, if you mix blue and it mixes with yellow, you're going to get green. So, but you kind of want to keep pulling. You don't want any rough edges here and there. I mean, that'll work pretty good if we do water. See, that can come right down. That should be good. Going to blend it in there. You don't really want to split it in half, so we're going to, you want it up a little or down. You don't want your horizon right in the middle. I think perspective-wise, it looks better if you don't do that. Get a little more down here. Then at the bottom, same as the top, we can, if we do end up having water in here, make it a little darker at the bottom, and that'll help with depth too. See that? And then you can kind of come through and go from there, just like that. So that kind of looks pretty good there, I think. And it gives us a little background. We got a sky and we have some other stuff. One thing we can do, we can come in and I don't want that brush. I got a few brushes over here. I only have one camera, so I can't really bounce around that much. I don't have a cameraman. But we'll take a little white, and we can lighten it up right here. Okay, just kind of come in there, get a little white on your brush. This is just white paint, and you can blend it up. And kind of mist is awesome in paintings. I mean, you can go through, bring it up, and just a little more in there, and that kind of gives you a little bit your horizon. You can blend it up a little bit, a little more. You can blend it down too, right there. Okay, and keep in mind there's the white underneath is going to lighten the value, which is nice. You can use a clear, you can use a black medium, depends on what you want to do. Not hard. Then you can bring it down a little bit, maybe little sheen right there. Okay, there, that looks pretty good. For now, I think that'll do just fine. So then we're going to take another brush. I'm just going to use a big brush here, and we're going to blend all this together, and it should come out pretty good. We'll start here in the white and work out. Pretty easy. Work yourself up to the sky. If you get a hair in there, you can use your brush. Use your finger. See what happens. You don't want to do that. Then you just kind of do that. Wipe it off. I got a paper towel over here I use. And then you don't want to, if you don't want to go up here and come down, because you want your darks, you don't want to bring in that color down here and mess up your light color. And then down here this way, we're just going back and forth. Okay. And I put tape around it because when we're done, I'll peel it off. It gives you an awesome frame. You're right, you got a self-made frame right there. Works out pretty good. And drink of water over here. Yeah, that's going along pretty good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do some mountains. And I think today I'm just going to use a little, I'll just use like this guy here. This is a little flat brush. And I got some color up here. I might throw some clouds in too. I was thinking maybe I'll do that real quick before. We'll take that brush will actually work good. A little dark. But maybe we'll do a few little clouds too. So we'll take, let me get some color here. We're going to do some, we got some black, a little white, mix that in there. And get some gray, maybe a little crimson, and we'll get some more white. We'll put a little crimson in there, and then we'll just kind of get some clouds going here. Just some simple ones. These are easy. This will be kind of probably the shadow part of the cloud. But let's do over here. We'll just come from this side and we'll start up here. And you can kind of make your cloud, make a high line of it. You don't have to do the whole cloud, but you can do that. And then you can kind of come over here and leave some dead spaces in there. You don't want to, go up, down. You got that. You can do here. That's a pretty good little cloud. Just let it go like that. Simple. Okay. A little white in there. Back up here, and spin them. You want to have clouds are, typically they're on top, they're fluffy, and then they kind of flatten out a little bit on the bottoms, right? Like that. That's a pretty good little cloud for today. If we're going to do this painting fast, there'll be some detail, but it isn't going to be one that you can spend all day doing or a few days on. I'm going to come back and just grab some white off my palette. Okay, and then I'm going to put some highlights on here. The sun's coming from this way today, okay? So we'll just kind of come in here and just throw some white up there. The faster you go with clouds, the better they look. Get some white on this side. Come on here, boom, there it goes. I'm going to run out of white. Then just think where your shadows might be, just come in here. Use the edge of the brush, get up there, maybe one here, come back in. Right there, and just there. There's a good cloud. Now it kind of looks hokey right now, but what we're going to do is I'll take this little guy, this little blender, whatever, and we'll just come in and start mixing them together. We'll start down here, just kind of do that, kind of touch the bottom of them, just kind of blend them in. Hopefully these turn out. Hopefully this video turns out. I guess if you're seeing it, then I decided to post it. There, that doesn't look bad, and then just kind of, same thing. You can come in and just swirl them up, get those in there. That looks all right. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you ever looked at clouds, they got all kinds of shapes and everything, so not a big deal. You can come in and grab a little more right here maybe and make him up a little bit, like that. So that looks pretty good. That's a decent looking cloud. Now, one thing we can do here, is we can come back in with him, wipe off this guy, this brush here, and then, with that, we can kind of, let's take and go like this. We'll fluff them up a little bit, kind of pull them up at an angle. And this works pretty good. It kind of gives them a little, I don't know. See? It comes up, and you get some stuff in there, and it looks all right, huh? And then we'll come across and just kind of set it back in the painting. Just kind of blend it back. This paint's pretty thick. I think a lot of paint you get at the store now is thick because it's easy to work with, and then you can add thinner to it, and that'll do that. So there, that's a simple cloud. We're just going to do that there and leave it. Okay. All right. Now we're going to come back in and we're going to get the mountain started. I think we can do this painting in 20 minutes. I'm hoping. We're going to do some of this dark color. It's just easy to do today, but let's say our mountain is going to come up into the cloud here and come down, and just maybe we'll put him up a little higher. Doesn't matter. Start him right here and just kind of and bring it down, and then maybe there'll be a peak there, and then just down, just like that. Easy to do. And then bring it over here, and maybe it goes this way. Just get the top done, and then you can monkey with it and put some other stuff on there. But that's pretty good looking mountain there. We can come in and make it a little higher if you want. I'm not using a knife on this one right yet. I don't know if I will. Maybe for some highlights, but you can do that there. So look at that. That'll work there. And then we're going to take and I'm going to take and pull them down. I got this brush here, a little work, so I'll just clean that one off a little bit. It's dirty, and then we're just going to kind of here we'll pull it down, kind of pull some of this out this way, and just kind of pull some of that paint. It'll thin it out. You don't want a lot of paint on your mountains because when you try to put highlights on, maybe we'll make a ridge there. That kind of looks like Little Dog up in Glacier National Park. Hiked it several times, and it's we'll make a ridge, so it'll kind of all go this way, and then it'll look cool there. And you can do, when we put our highlights on, it'll look good. See how its angles are important. You get down to the bottom there, and then down here you just kind of want to blend this out a little bit. Mist, ooh, mist is good. Mist is good. Makes painting look good. There's so many paintings I see with mist in them, and they add a lot of cool stuff. But look at that. You kind of got, your mountains are just shapes, geometrical shapes, but that's a good looking mountain. I mean, it's really starting to look good. Let's see here. Let's try this guy. Okay. Let's see, how far are we in here so far? 12 minutes. Not bad. I think we'll be able to wrap this up on time today. So for some highlights, what are we going to put on here? Today, I don't want that one. We'll use this guy here. And we're going to come in, and I'll take, for highlight color, I'll just take and get some, I think we'll use some brown. I don't want snow on this one. So we'll take some we'll take some burnt sienna, and I'm going to put some burnt umber in there. I'm going to add some white to it. Yeah, a little white. I'm out of white already. But these, that'll work good there. A little crimson, doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to get a little bit on my knife. I just pull it down. I like using these paper palettes because they're, I can dispose of them. I don't have to clean the palette off. So here, light's coming from this way. Let's say this way. So let's start, let's just kind of go up here and start pulling down. Okay. Let's see. We'll start over here. And you're going to have the light areas. You're going to have areas that aren't light. Just kind of pull down and just kind of have some fun, and maybe you got a little bit here. Ridges are a little harder than regular mountains, so I probably should have done that. But you kind of bring that down and just let it tap, 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 bring it down. Your brush is really loose though, and that's all we want to do is just kind of bring that over, give them a little bit of a, something on there that's happening. Over here, we can come down. Maybe this one comes down. You got a little ridge there, maybe coming in. Just kind of bring them down. So these ridges, they kind of come this way, don't they? That makes it a little harder, but pull down. You want to make sure your brush or your knife, is kind of hitting the ridge. That looks all right. I mean, it's working for us. Over here, get a little more on there and bring the ridge here. That's coming down at an angle, whatever. Let it go. We don't care. Not bad. That'll do. So you got your colors in there and stuff, and you've got different stuff in there. So you got that. You can come through and just do some of that. It gets up in the sky. Don't worry about it. these are going to come down. That'll go all the way to there. Kind of make your ridges this way. There. You can pull stuff off if you get too much. There. You can yank it off. There. Get up top there. Come in. Pull that down so you get, but you want it to break, and that'll set it back into the painting. That doesn't look too bad. Now let's do some shadows in there. And we're going to take some blue, take some of that brown, and let's get a little more white. White out there. Okay, get some white in there. A little more of that blue. The shadows. That brown's nice to have in there too. It'll darken it up a little bit on the shadows. A little more here. There. Then you can come in, and in some areas here, you can come in, maybe we'll try it this way, with the short end of the knife like that. And you can come in and pull some little guys down here like this. You know, some areas where, you know, you might have some shade. You know, just blend them in there. Easy. Doesn't have to be hard. We're kind of going at an angle here, so that kind of gives you a little. And then maybe, you know, maybe down in here, you've got a little dark there, where the sunlight isn't hitting. Oops. Over here. We'll come back and monkey with these a little bit, but yeah, that looks all right. And then down here, you can pull some. It's hard. I mean, you don't want it to be. It's hard. You know, it's a light. You know, you're just barely touching, pulling paint off. And, you know, there. So that kind of gives you some ideas on, you know, you can see some shadows in there, hopefully. I'm a continuous beginner painter. I'm no professional, but if I can do this, you can, trust me. You come in, and painting's fun. There's all kinds of, you know, there's a little green in that sienna. That burnt sienna's got some red, so you might get a little greenish look there, but that's okay. These are mountains, it doesn't matter. So I think that looks good. Now, one thing you can do is you can come in too and maybe get some really dark shadows in some of these spots here. You know, I'll add a little more to it. Come back in, and maybe a little bit over here. You know, angles are important. You can come in and pull those down. Oh, I got a little bit away from me there. But there, a little bit there. A little bit here. Maybe here. I don't know. It just does, you know, you can do whatever you want. So there you got some mountains there, some darker stuff. If you don't like it, you can come in and, you know, just kind of go back over it, get some more of this, and come in and see that. Just touch and let it break. I don't know how highlighty I'm going to go on these as far as what next. I might put some more white on there, but there, you can come back in and just have some fun with them, you know. You can overwork your mountains too, but that don't look too bad. You know, the sun's coming in, you got some good highlights. You could take and add a little bit of, a little more white in there, make it a little brighter. I don't mix that blue in, but a little more. Maybe some little highlights right up here. A little more right up in there, maybe. White up in there. I'm getting blue in it, so yeah. There, maybe a little snow up there. I don't know. So now you can come in and then just kind of pull them down. You know, there we go. There's your mountains. So you got some good color in there. That doesn't look bad. You know, you can see that looks like a mountain, doesn't it? Okay, so next we can come in and we'll use, we'll kind of pull these down. I got this big brush here, and same thing, we're going to pull these mountains, the base of them down, and we might even set them back a little more. But you just kind of go with the land. Just go with the angle here, there, and then you can come down and, you know, pull it out. There. See, mountains aren't easy. You don't even have to be that good at them, because if you have the shape right, the colors, it'll work out great. And then at the bottom here, you can come down and just kind of blend that in. This is a big brush, but it works good for blending. And don't worry at the bottom, you know, pull some of this down maybe. You can go up a little higher. Don't make them even though. If you're going to pull up into the mountain, don't go straight across. Go higher or lower in certain areas, because that'll make it there. There. So that looks all right. You know, you got some high spots here and there, but good mountain. That'll work. That'll work. Let's see how we do it. So next we're going to come in and we're going to put some land in, and then we'll get started on some land here. So I'm going to use this guy here, and we'll just take some dark color, and there's some dark there. We'll get some brown in there, some brown there, and we're just going to kind of that, a little bit of white, and then we'll come through, and we're just going to kind of come in and put some land in. So let's say there's a hill coming over here, okay? We'll just say there's a back hill coming in. We're going to tap that in. And this kind of looks misty, so it kind of separates it a little bit. Mist works good. Go to there. Okay, we'll use that one. That looks all right. And then just kind of tap. That'll be like a distant little hill. I don't know if we're going to put water in here or not. I'm watching my time. Okay, and then we can put that right to there. And just kind of go lay of the land, make it look good. You don't want to, you know, leave some areas in there. Those look like some distant trees maybe. Distant wise, you don't want too much green going far out because green will pull it forward. It won't look right. That looks pretty good. Actually, I think we will put some water in this one. There. Okay. But there's that. Okay. So there's a little distant whatever. And you can take your brush and you can pull up a little. And it just gives you a look. Looks like trees in the distance. Just little ones. Don't go too high. There. See? Up, 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 up. And you can kind of just go throughout here and gives you some trees. There. So it kind of looks like a little forest in there, you know, coming down. And then the other side, we'll go again, get a little more blue, maybe add some black in there, make it a little darker, more mountain color or whatever you call that stuff. We'll come through a little bit, a little yellow in there. I'm going to add a little yellow in there. This is going to have a little bit more color in it. There, maybe a little crimson there. So this, we're going to come forward. We have another hill coming this way, okay? So we're going to bring this one over, and this one's going to be darker, so that'll push that other one back, right? And see how it's lighter at the bottom? I left that like that. So that'll come back. These are fun to paint because they don't take long, and you don't have to worry about messing up. I do longer paintings, and so I'll spend months on them. Or depends on, I don't make a living painting, so I'll paint some stuff. Bring him all the way across, maybe. So I can paint when I can. You're never bored when you paint, I don't think. Jeez. Always something to do. There. So there's a little foreground, you know, so you got that in there. So this one, same thing you can do. You can come in and lift this up, and we might put some more distinct trees on this one. I'll go a little higher with these. And sometimes they might look like grass, but who cares? There. Simple. That doesn't look too bad. And then we're going to kind of pull up here and do the same thing and that. And so let's do this. We're going to put some water in here. How are we doing? 23 minutes. Okay, I got 7 minutes to finish this thing. If you want water, okay, go over here. Pull down. See that? Just take and pull down because the canvas, you got that wet under there, so it works super easy for you. And then just kind of go this way with it. You can get a little more. You know, just try to pull straight down. It looks funny, but do your best. It doesn't matter. There. So now you got maybe some reflections in there we can use. Take this bigger brush here. I'm going to come across and go this way with it. Lightly, don't overdo it. You'll get yourself in trouble. You'll wreck it. But there. So you see you got a little bit. I'm not going to put the mountain in there, but you got a little bit of reflections there. And then we can come in and put a little white in there. I'm going to do some liquid white. I don't have any. This white medium I use. It's good for stuff like water lines. So I'll mix a little of that in there. I'll get that up. And it doesn't have to be pure white. It doesn't matter. So get a little brown in there. Actually, it'll look good back there. So you get a separator. Then you can come back here and find out where you want your water line and just see. That brown will make it look like it's got a little bit of there. Okay? And this thinner paint makes it slide better. And you just go across and do whatever. There. So there's your little water line, you know, and you know, let's say that's pretty far away back there, isn't it? So we won't worry about that. And then that looks good. Now we'll go in, leave that there, and you can take two and go, like, you know, with these things you can. We're not going to get into the too much water today, but you can come in here and, you know, go in here and maybe a little one there, one here, one here, you know, kind of get some water stuff going on there, and kind of gives you a little idea. Maybe we'll put one right, I don't know if you can see that or not, but right here. Go back and forth, and if it's too much, just rub it and it'll go away. There, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, so that's pretty simple there, easy stuff. Now we're going to throw a couple trees in, and we'll go from there. I'm going to use this brush. This brush is awesome for trees, but we're going to kind of just take and use this guy. Get some brown, some dark color. We'll just use this dark color for our trees too. Get some blue, some other blue, some brown, some yellow in there. And we're going to have a dark, get some crimson in there. We're going to put some dark trees in here. Okay, there's got to have a lot of paint though. Black, I want them dark. Okay, I'm just getting a lot of dark paint. And let's say we want a big tree that's going to come down right here. Put him way up there. And this will just be my, and he's going to go all the way down. So there's some foreground here. Okay, this will push everything back. These are always fun to do. And maybe we'll go from there. And then I'm going to take this brush here. God, I hope I don't run out of paint, but it doesn't matter. Take some brown, get some of that black in there. Blues, crimson. We're just going to put some dark. This brush is awesome, but you can come down and just start smacking. Now there's a lot of paint on here, so it's going to mix with the other, and that might be, I might, you know, just look at this one. This works good. I'm kind of hurrying here. Sorry. But there. So you got that tree poked out right there. And up top here, you want to go, you want to be careful you don't get too high up. Because you do. This one's a little big. You want to, too high up, you don't want to lose the top of your tree. You don't have to look like a tree. So come back in and put some more dark in. All kinds. I'm going to have to get some more paint on my, come back here. You can make them thick. You can make them come out. That looks pretty good there, just for a simple tree. You know, simple landscape painting today. Okay, let's go back over here, and we're gonna put one here. We don't want to kill our mountain too much, but go to there, and then we'll come in and same thing. And just kind of tapping and going back and forth. Trees are easy. They're not hard. Now, if you get like painting and stuff, you can go to Michael's or hobby stores and get paint. Don't buy expensive paint. Just get whatever's on sale. They always have sales. And then you can buy expensive paint down the road if you choose to. Not a big deal. We're getting there. Just about there. Try to get one over here. I don't want to kill that mountain though, do we? Where are we going to put him? Let's see. Right here. We're going to lose a little bit of that mountain. Smash down, then the paint comes off. Okay? That'll work. I'm running out of paint here. I'm going to grab some more of this brown. Might be a little different color, but like I said. And then I always start right here, and then I'll kind of, oh, that looks good. Some blues. That crimson is nice. Maybe even a little red in there. Don't know. Just taking what I can, and then come in and down. This brush is great. Not an expensive brush either. Geez, I use my finger, so don't worry about expensive brushes. You can get them if you choose, but not a big deal. I get some darker in here. There we go. Get that out a little bit. So see, you can make them bigger. They grow fast, trees. So there, you got 3 trees in there. Pretty good looking trees. And then we're going to come in with this guy. I'm going to take yellow right here. We're going to put some highlights on it. You can get some of that in. so they stand out. Okay, there's a lot of paint here, but not too thick on the bottom. And then we're gonna, so our light's coming from this way, so let's just kind of come in, and you want to focus on that side of the tree. Light hits every direction though, so, and don't, don't kill all your dark, or else you're gonna, it just won't look right. But that looks pretty good. Let's try this one. Again, light's coming from that side, so we'll kind of, let it get darker towards the bottom. Okay. Just kind of come in, and remember there's branches in the middle, there's leaves in the back, so there. You got a couple there. We got a little light over there, didn't we? And then we can come in and get a little even lighter. I got some green here we can use. Come in and maybe put a little bit more, right? A few spots here and there. Up there, there. A little bit over here, maybe up top. Those look all right, huh? There. Let's see here. Let's step back here and have a little look-see. So you got your trees and you got your mountains, and that looks pretty good. We're at 30 minutes right now. So one other thing I want to do is I'm going to put in a little bit of grass down at the bottom. So hopefully we've got enough paint here. That's good here. Put a little land at the bottom. Grab a little more some black. Mix in there. Like there's those trees are standing out, but make it look like there's some land, or I'm just mixing up dark. And then we'll come down here and maybe go just tap in some little, I don't know, maybe there's some bushes and stuff. Our trees are going down. We might lose a little bit there. Well, it's going to shorten the trees a little bit, but that's all right. Okay? We don't care. And you just kind of stomp them in. And you can push up. Give a little, hey. There. So now you got a little bit of land there that kind of makes it look a little different. And then we'll come in, get some white, some of that green. What was on that brush? Maybe we'll just use that other brush. And then we're going to come in and put a little highlight here and there. There, you can kind of come over here and just tap. Hey, that looks good. Remember, darker underneath, you got highlights, but this is, I'm not be too worried about them. You can pull up a little bit. This brush here doesn't work too bad, but so it kind of gives you a little grass look there, right? And then we'll finish this up. Take this guy, and I want to get some more yellow. Ran out of yellow, and put a few more highlights on here. Let's go here. There. Get some yellow on this guy, and then you can come in and maybe give him a little more here. There, that looks good. Give a little more. You can tap it in. Tapping works good. Okay, and then layer it a little bit. So it looks like you got some grass under there, and it looks pretty good. And you could always take and go like this, pull up a little bit if you want some grass. Darker over here, because yeah, it's in the, and we can take, it's in the, and you can come over here and maybe just with the edge of the brush, tap a little light. See that? Break that up a little bit more. A little more highlights. Stand out a little more. Right? Look. There. See, it gives that tree a little more, looks better. And when you're mixing paint on paint, though, it's going to get, and we'll get a little over on this guy. It's going to be, it's going to start mixing and stuff. So, see that guy? He looks a little better too. Maybe there's a little bit right coming through there. So you got shadows and highlights everywhere. So let's try this guy and go fast. Remember, don't kill all your dark. But color, you can come back in and see that, touch a little bit up there, a bit right there, maybe there's a little there, and then boom. And that looks pretty good, like the sun's just clipping on the sides of those. And if you want to, you can come in and, I didn't do it today, but you can come in and maybe put a trunk in there. You know what? Let's do it this way. Give me this. You can come in and just take this guy. And see, you also take the knives and grab the top. That one didn't get too high, did it? You can come in there and watch this. We'll give him a little more up top here. A little more up top. Give him there. That looks a little better. Get a little highlight on there. There. That makes him look better. That one might have a little bit up top there. Good. You can grab your knife and do this if you want. There. And then you can come through here. You could take some of this brown and just kind of come in and put occasional little trunk in there. There. Maybe right there. Don't matter. Maybe you can't see it. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. But you can't see the whole tree trunk anyway because you got branches in front. This one here will make a little different. Right there, you can put, maybe just touch that. That's a little lighter than I wanted, but come back through, get some dark in there. Yeah. Darken him up a little bit. Go right there, put a little trunk, and you can final it up here. I think we're a little over time, but then you can come in like with this brush. You can tap in some grass. Whatever, longer grass sticking up. There, see, gives you a little grass look there. And I think, I'm not going to sign this one on camera, but I guess we could. That should do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this painting, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you like, hit like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. I'll do maybe one of these a week and get them on YouTube. So if you have any questions, you can shoot me a question on there too. So thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you when we see you.